So currently, we're going to talk about the new currency. Because Jamaica got the new bank note and they said it could float like a boat. This is only the second time in history that Jamaica is using an entirely new banknote. And I'm sure you want to see how it looks. So look at it right here. The polymer used to create this tender allows for enhanced security and durability. As you can see, there's a little see-through window that has holograms in it, which is going to make it much more difficult for someone to counterfeit this bill. It definitely looks more modern. They say proper preparation prevents poor performance, and we're preparing for the future because we know that it's bright. I think that the new Jamaican dollar is very similar to the Canadian currency. It's similar in color. They also emulated the clear window with the holograms in it. And since Jamaica is working towards becoming a developed country, I think it was a good idea for them to create a new note, especially since we don't have the infrastructure to become digital within the near future.
I know some of you might be wondering, why do countries change their currency in the first place? Well, the motivation could be hyperinflation, exchange rate collapse, massive counterfeiting of their existing currency, or even war. Or it could be an internal change. For example, joining a monetary union such as the European Monetary Union. When it comes to changing a national currency, that is a highly political decision.
Jamaica's currency has a fresh new look. Introducing the new $50 note. The new $100 note. The new $500 note. The new $1,000 note. The new $2,000 note. The new $5,000 note. Jamaica's new banknotes, modern, more secure, and made to last.
Hold on, me have to take that call ya. Wagwan, Rich, oh yeah, though. Yeah, man, the new bills look nice. Wait there now. I make a video right now. So just talk to the people them for me now. Alright. You're going to hear a review of the currency from Bank of Jamaica's very own, Richard Byles. So listen closely.
Everybody line asks me if they like the notes. I say, yes, it looked like Canadian money, it looked like European money, it looked modern, and that's what we want, modern looking money. Has more security features on it, which is great. Good for the blind, it's very tactile, they can feel which note is what denomination. And you can mix up the 500 and the 5,000 again, different colors. So all those are pluses. And we have national heroes, more of them on the notes, which is wonderful. So each note have two people on it instead of one, and that allows us to put a lot of people on the notes. When they were the coins, who pay any attention nowadays? Nobody pay any attention. You know? So we're really proud of the new notes, and I think Jamaicans are going to love them.
Were there a lot of planning put into the design and for this?
Of course. I mean, we've been nearly 3 years in the planning. Because remember, you know, you have to design the note, you have to get the approval of the Ministry of Finance about what the note looks like. We've come up with a new note of the 2000, we have to get that approved.
Introducing the new $2,000 note. The new $2,000 note was created to help bridge the gap between the $1,000 and $5,000 notes. With the introduction of the $2,000 note alongside the $1,000 and $5,000 notes, fewer notes will be required to settle transactions. For example, instead of using 4 $1,000 notes to settle a transaction of $4,000, an individual could use just 2 notes, a combination of 2 of the new $2,000 notes. This substitution effect will lead to less reliance on the heavily demanded $1,000 bill, as well as generate cost savings for the bank over time.
Then they had to go back and actually fine-tune the design to print it. Then they had to print it and ship it here. So all of that takes a lot of time. In fact, more than 2 years in the works. So we're happy for today. And customers can go to pretty much any bank today, and so long as they have sufficient of the notes, can get their own.
The $2,000 notes, do you think in time it will actually replace the 5,000, meaning it will be more?
More popular.
Yes.
Absolutely, because 5,000 is a big note. 2,000 is a little bit in the middle. So instead of walking with a 10, 1,000 note, you walk with a 2,000, 3,000. It works out, and you carry less notes with you. And I think people will like that. It's modern and it's first world, all of those features. So counterfeiting is going to be nigh on to impossible, near to impossible. We didn't have a lot of counterfeit in the past, but you have to keep up with the times. What didn't happen in the past can happen in the present, so you have to raise your standard as you go along. And that's what we have done. World-class counterfeit controls are built into the
Our currency has finally caught up with the rest of the world in terms of being a first world kind of
yes.
spending money.
Yes,
With,
in many ways, in terms of the security features, in terms of the for the blind, in terms of it being looking modern, the actual note itself, the paper that it's on, is a polymer substrate, which means that it lasts much longer than the current notes. So if you see, right now we change out notes like every 2.5, 3 years. These should last twice as long. It should be available island-wide today. The banks have been taking the new notes, not just today, but days before. So pretty much it should be in every branch. Does every branch have enough for people who come in? I don't know. But as the banks bring in old dirty money and we give them new money, it will be the new notes will be given. So as the days go by, you'll find more and more of the new notes in the economy.
how long? What's the estimated time for the phase out of the older notes?
Well, the older notes are going to be still good tender for 2 years, 3 years. But we expect less and less of the old notes to be there.
So as they come in, you won't be sending them back out, basically.
As they come into us, we'll
Yeah.
be sending out the
New notes instead.
Yeah.
All right, thank you
But
very
if
much.
somebody has a note, old note 2 years from now, still good.
All right.
Jamaicans are very excited about the new banknote and they look really nice. But there's one short-term issue that we're going to be facing. While the ATMs are dispensing the new banknotes, they're not equipped to accept them at the moment. And Richard did mention that the plan to launch this new banknote has been in the works for over 2 years. So I don't understand why the banks weren't allotted enough time so that they can prepare their ATMs for the launch. So in the short term, this is definitely going to be an issue and there's going to be a lot of chaos at the banks. With everything that's going on in the world, it's creating some fear. For example, with what recently happened in Nigeria, where they issued a new note and the banks were hoarding the cash rather than distributing it to the citizens. And instead, they were making a push for them to acquire the digital currency. Some people think that a similar event could happen here in Jamaica, but who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so that you're notified every time that I make a new post. Until next time.